The cars that I'm about to show you are from a brand that you've probably never seen on the road before. I know I haven't. In fact, the closest I've ever come is Instagram. These two cars that I get to have a look at are some of the most innovative, unique, and dynamically capable hypercars ever built. Oh, and they don't come cheap. Introducing you to Koenigsegg.
Koenigsegg is a Swedish manufacturer of high-performance sports cars. It's a young brand with the first production-ready Koenigsegg, the CC8S, launching in 2002. In 2005, the Koenigsegg CCR became the world's fastest production car. And they've continued down this path, with the Agera, Agera RS and Regera also breaking world records. Fast forward to today, and the brand boasts a lineup of radical hypercars, packed with jaw-dropping power and with jaw-dropping price tags to match.
Let's begin with the Gemera. Now, this is known as a family-friendly hybrid mega car. The name is Swedish. Gemera, basically the GE means to give, and Mera means more. To give more. More power, more space, more seats. That's right, this is a four-seater. I'll show you inside soon, but first, let's talk numbers. This car is powered by 3 electric motors, one on each rear wheel and the other on the crankshaft of the engine. The engine is a 2-litre, 3-cylinder twin-turbo free-valve engine. Combined, this car produces 1,270 kilowatts of power and 3,500 newton meters of torque. Those numbers are crazy. The engine itself can produce 450 kilowatts and 600 newton meters. Now, other times that are pretty impressive, a claimed 0 to 100 sprint time of 1.9 seconds and a claimed top speed of 400 kilometers per hour. Also, if you want to run this on fully electric mode, there's a claimed range of 50 kilometers. There's a reason why they call this a Mega GT.
The Gemera boasts a custom titanium Akrapovic exhaust. The 2-litre 3-cylinder engine provides that lag-free response, and even though we didn't get to start her up, I'm told it creates a thumping exhaust note, helped by its open sound of free valves. One can only imagine. Oh, and it doesn't have a camshaft. Instead, it includes free valve technology, which provides a wider envelope of performance at any given rev range. Plus, thanks to this system, you can tune that exhaust sound so that it's balanced. It's also 4-wheel drive, contains 4-wheel torque vectoring, and has KDD, Koenigsegg Direct Drive, also known as a single gear. And in true Koenigsegg fashion, everything is developed in-house, including the batteries, motors, and screens, just to name a few.
Now, it's not just an engine back here, you guessed it, there's also a boot. There's 3 small luggages in here at the moment, which of course, when you buy the car, you get them with it. They can be personalised. There's room up the front as well, so combined total of 200 litres of cargo space, and there's also option for a roof box.
The appearance of this car is quirky. The Koenigsegg glasshouse, no doubt a standout feature, as are most elements of this Mega GT, including the wheels, which are carbon fibre, 21-inch in the front and 22 in the rear. The tail lights are distinctive, as are the daytime running lights up front, providing their very own light show. It's clear that aerodynamics has been a major component for this mega car. Underneath the headlights lies a brake duct to allow air in to cool the brakes, while at the front, the lower bumper is basically all air intake.
Now, this is the very first thing that I wanted to check out in action, the dihedral doors. They don't just go out and rotate, but they also swing upwards, so you don't hit any curves. Now, standing upright like this, it's 2.23 meters tall. Actually makes me feel quite small. Another thing, no B-pillar, no door handle. The hinge is hollow steel and not aluminium, and then there's carbon fibre reinforced in these doors. It's also very smart as well because it's got sensors, so it knows when you open the door and you're ready to pop in, it'll move your seat for you, and same for the people in the rear.
The best part about this is no lever and no need to push the seats forward, like when you're in a car with no second door.
I'm in the back seats at the moment, that's right. I told you this car has 4 seats. Can you believe it? They're actually really comfortable. These are one-piece carbon fibre seats, Alcantara absolutely everywhere, and you have access to this large screen as well. So you can control music, heating, you can even play games in here. One other thing I want to make mention of is the cup holders throughout this car. There are 8 in total. one heated, one cooled for each passenger. And in the production car, you'll actually be able, the intention is to be able to either boil water or freeze things in these cup holders. Can you believe it? What will they think of next? Also, there is quite a bit of space in here, but the production car inside will actually be a little bit wider. What I really want to check though is the grace test. Let's see how I can get out of this car. I've got this. This is not a good day to be wearing a skirt. Okay, could have been worse. Now let's check out the front.
Getting in front is a bit of a challenge too, so let's talk a few details while I slip behind the wheel. There's an 11-speaker sound system, a panoramic sunroof, Apple CarPlay, USB ports, and enough storage throughout, including the hidden pockets in the doors, which allow items to stay intact when the door is lifted.
Now this car has everything you'd expect in a family car, right? It has ISOFIX mounting points, it's got your screens, it's got seat heating. But being up here is pretty unreal. So this is your hub, your infotainment screen, but most things will be controlled here on the steering wheel, a very unique steering wheel as well. And it's got the digital instrument cluster on top, which moves with the steering wheel. Now, because there's no B-pillar, your seat belts are actually on the seat, and as I've mentioned already, they are very comfy. This car is practical too, with plenty of storage. One other thing I have to mention is the digital wing mirrors, which are not only cool, but of course help with aerodynamics.
This tiny friendly giant, as they like to call it, also features carbon fibre monocoque, 6 smart airbags, stability control, autonomous emergency braking, ABS, adaptive cruise control, lane assist, and surround view cameras, while the all-wheel steering, all-wheel drive, and all-wheel torque vectoring provide a safe yet exhilarating driving experience.
So what's the price for performance, efficiency, and space? Well, this will set you back around 2.5 million Australian dollars plus taxes, plus on-road costs. Now only 300 are being made and getting quick because they're almost sold out. Okay, so you've seen the most expensive four-seater that's ever been produced. How about the most expensive new car in Australia? This is the Koenigsegg Jesko.
Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute will be a low-drag edition of the Jesko. The cosmetic differences reduce the amount of downforce the Jesko can generate to just 150 kilograms. It also has softer springs and is a little more practical with space in the front for luggage. But perhaps one of the biggest changes is the rear, which is sharper, smoother, and has been elongated, creating a perfect flow of air.
Now this Jesko is the Absolute. Called Absolute, why? Because it is the absolute fastest car that the brand will ever produce. This has a 5-litre twin-turbo V8 petrol engine. It's capable of 1,177 kilowatts of power and 1,500 newton-meters of torque. Koenigsegg also claimed that this has the fastest shifting gearbox ever built.
While the 9-speed gearbox will mean fastest shifting in the world, this will allow the Jesko Absolute to reach an unheard of top speed. Figures vary, but the projected number is over 500 kilometres per hour, or roughly twice the speed of a passenger jet on takeoff. Yep, that's fast. If achieved, this will make the Jesko Absolute the fastest car in the world. Christian von Koenigsegg says the Absolute will be nutcase fast.
Now this one's very pre-production. There's no cabin for us to look at the moment, but I can show you some of this exterior. I mean, look at how radical it is. The front splitter can actually be lifted. The rear has a lift as well, and there are a heap of other aerodynamic elements which we're going to check out.
These side air intakes, these bonnet vents, these insane looking rear hood fins, enormous side air intakes, the huge front splitter, and just all of this. The Michelin tyres have undergone internal spin testing, pressure testing and extreme speeds. They've also got dished rear wheels with removable covers that give that extra dynamic efficiency, which is important when you're travelling a bit under half the speed of sound, not so important when you're doing the supermarket run. As I said, this pre-production car doesn't have a cabin, but we are told that the steering system will be the same as the Gemera. It will also contain an ultimate power on demand U-Pod, so when you're driving, you can hold the downshift button and it will go to maximum power.
If you were thinking that this car was going to be cheaper than the Gemera, you're wrong. 4.62 million Australian dollars for the Jesko Absolute. 125 are being made, and unfortunately, they're all already sold out. To find out more about Koenigsegg, head to Drive.com.au. Make sure you like and subscribe and click the bell icon so you get notified when videos like this one go live. Thanks for watching.